I can't take this. Only thing that you bumper to, girl, I can't take it. No, so I ask him, please, give me that thing now. I love when you push back that thing now. I love it when you walk up that thing now. Don't hold back, cause I want everything, girl.
Nah.
Baby, yeah. You have nothing to prove, oh, girl.
Looks like so you're not new to the craziness that is SocaSaySo. You're not new to it. Diggity, Joanne, who else in here? Big Blaze, Sonic, big up yourself. This chick, thanks for coming back. Triple M, thanks for coming back. Cordell, hello, hi.
Just the way that you make me feel, girl, is the realest. Empress, I mean it. The way you wind up that thing on there, I feel like I need it.
DJ Spice, pick up yourself.
So I ask him, please, give me that thing now. I love when you push back that thing now. I love it when you walk up that thing now. Don't hold back, cause I want everything, girl. Baby, yeah. You have nothing to prove, oh girl. So I just want you to you, oh girl. Hey. So baby girl, you're proper. Cause you give me life, so so much quality, yeah.
Baby, please,
believe me, girl, you're proper. So you can mind if you want, girl. And you can dance if you want, girl. Love what you do where you want. I want you to do where you want. So you can mind if you want, girl. And you can dance if you want.
hopefully I can get Private Ryan. Oh, there he is. Back for part 2 of the Private Ryan interview with SocaSaySo on a Tuesday. All right, thank you. I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. Maybe another 5 minutes.
That's okay.
I was just going to tell everybody that it was approximately 15 degrees in New York today, with winds and very, very cold. And I was wearing about 2 turtlenecks today. And I said, I got to put on the SocaSaySo tank top for this interview because it's going to be hot and heavy. We're going to stay on your list of favorites. Well, before we cut off, this chick made a good point. She wanted to keep on the track of the evolution of Private Ryan. Is your evolution going to include becoming an artist like DJ Ding Dong did?
No, I don't think so. I think my talent would be behind the scenes. I think pulling together, projects, producing projects, going down that lane. And also taking a role in it, probably not just working with the big artists, but also establishing young ones. You find a fresh new artist that could have a whole new take on soca and these things. I could do those things. I mean, you never know what the cards may have, in store. But I doubt at this point in time. Nah, I doubt. I really doubt. I don't know.
Are you running?
I have to learn to hold a note and all that. I have to learn a whole set of. Yeah.
I think it'll be a quick study. It'll be all right. I can imagine that whenever you put out a mix, especially like a soca starter, something that's giving everybody the new tunes for Carnival, that everybody wants to be the first song. Do people approach you and ask you to put their song first?
Yeah, they do all the time.
Well, there's
some soca starters unique. I mean, it was unintentional, but soca starter usually the first song is a song that I identify as one to watch out for. Now, it's funny story about the first song this year was that it took me a few days to decide on it, and Savannah Grass was actually going to be the first song.
I love it.
When I was it was, and then when I started to think about what I wanted to do for Brainwash, which is why I did not do that. So two songs were actually in the front running for it, and then I decided on Soca Demon because Soca Demon is going to grow into one of the bigger, especially Juve songs in Trinidad. Soca Demon is the one that you need to watch for sure. My other choice was Speechless, which is one of my favorite songs of the season. It's one of the best written and vocally delivered by all the artists on the track. It's a 40 hard way too. It would have been a wicked start, but also thinking about what I want to do for Brainwash, which is why I didn't do it. So yeah.
Here in Soca Demon, for those of you who don't know, it's Kerwin Dubois, 2019 Trinidad.
Big, big, dirty plan for you. And I have a big, 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 dirty plan for you. So you dance that door, door. Good morning, it's very critical. Talk to you. But if I don't know, I'm going to go. And I need someone to be like to stay sure. Give it to me. I can't even find time. I'm feeling like a virgin. On your mind, the feel is a whiny demon. But I'm more demon than you. The feel is a soca demon. I'm more demon than you. I'm the real showstopper. I'm a mash up the place cover. I am a stop this, stop this, stop this, stop this, stop. Today I'm a dance. I said in a big, 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 one for you. And I have a big, 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 big one for you. So you dance and go run, go run, go run.
Listen, I am currently trying desperately to get my body in gear for my very first Trinidad trip. Not only is it the first time I'm going to Trinidad.
Okay, I didn't know it would be a first. I didn't know that.
It is the first. And
okay, so you need a guide.
I need a guide. I'm telling you, I've been reaching out to people like, please tell me, what do I do? What happens here? Because as much as I love Soca, I don't know anything about Trinidad. But I brought it up to say that I was listening to Soca Starter in the gym. And you were telling me that you intentionally made the beginning of Soca Starter to have power tunes and then groovy tunes at the end.
Yeah, it was designed to. It was actually designed different from the Soca Starters in the past. Like usually Soca Starters in the past focus more on the groovy stuff, like from the get go. And like it actually, I didn't even think it. If I remember correctly, I hardly used to put power on it. But because of the time that Soca Starter dropped, and because I knew everybody would be in a zone where they're trying to get in shape, it would have made more sense to make it in a way that it starts off at a certain pace, gets to a certain pace quickly, and then it'll come back down to groovy, because there is actually a lot of good groovy stuff this year. So with the people who and it happens every year, it's actually like it's like Groundhog Day. It happens every year. People will say they don't like the music, they don't like the mix, they don't know this, they don't know that, and then like in a month, they're saying, oh, I think I like this now, or I like this song, or no, I know this song. I used this example on Twitter just the other day when people, I remember when I released Soca Starter last year, people said, why didn't you put Voice? Voice should be the first song. Voice, and it was Overdue. Overdue was the first song, but then everybody was like, I don't know this song. What is this? Like, who is this? Why you put this shit first? And then Overdue was like one of the biggest songs of Carnival, which is what I was trying to say, is like, you all just need to listen and let it sink in. But, I guess time will tell,
And how do you do that? How do you know what's going to be the big thing? And because I sitting in, at home in my car, I'm always asking myself, do I really like this, or is Private Ryan telling me that I really like this?
No, I'm not telling you anything. So like I just put what's out there, like I always say that what I put out is a representation of what the artists have expressed in a given year. So if, for example, because I see the comments, you know, people consider 2015 the holy grail of Soca Starter. Like they love that year of Soca in particular. That's just how it is. Like that year was a year that the music connected with people in a certain way. It also was the very first year that I rebranded Soca Sampler into Soca Starter. So, you know, that's the very first one. So the thing is that, you know, every year when you're listening for the hits, you know, you're trying to figure out what the pulse is and what you would, you know, you're trying to educate people. So you want to piece it together in a certain way so people like know and could actually get any groove of the music and stuff. And, you know, not everybody's the same. So some people will like it and some people won't. Some people will catch on to the music faster. Others won't, especially like if you're a diehard soca person, you may catch on to something that is, you know, faster than somebody who is, you know, just get into soca or is like a halfway soca fan, but they just don't understand it. The thing is that context change everything, because I know even other DJs who are not in Trinidad right now, and they have no idea how these songs are doing down here, but they just hearing that they're big. And then they will hear, well, this song, the Nadian Farmer's big, and then they'll be DJs who be like, oh, it's okay, you know, I like it, it's very groovy. Until they come here and they see, wow, you know, this song is wicked. So, I mean, you know, everything in time, and then it's just a long season. Carnival is like March 4th and 5th. So, like, we haven't even hit February yet. So, we still have time to go. Like, they still have, like, even the Trinidadians down here, they're learning the music still. You know, it's not to say that they know the whole season yet. The radio still has to repeat. The people still have to learn the mixes. People still are going. Now, some people haven't even gone to their first party yet. Some people, they're actually now going to go out this weekend. So, you know, it takes time for everything to sink in. So, you know, that's what I try to tell people every year. It's like, just wait. It's going to happen.
I cannot wait to get there. I cannot wait. This is my mecca. This is bucket list stuff. To go to Trinidad Carnival is, and if you're not from Trinidad, is bucket list stuff.
But I hope you prepared your mind and body, because depending on when you land and your itinerary of events, you know, sleep is actually going to be a luxury. Like, you're going to have to know how to not just pace yourself event-wise, but pace yourself on the road. Like, I always tell new people who are coming down, is like, especially how they treat the road. Trinidad road is long. It's like, it is long and fun. But it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So if you come down here and on Carnival Tuesday, when the bands want you to assemble at like 6 in the morning, which is the truth, and you decide that because the liquor is free, you're going to drink all before midday, it means that you've now spoiled the whole evening, you know. So you then will realize the sun is hitting you, and you know, you just ate that lunch, because then you get to lunch, and then you go and you take a nap and you realize, yo, I'm done. And like, the real fun of Carnival, if anybody doesn't know, is the afternoon. The afternoon when all the prettiness is done, because, you know, everyone wants to take a selfie. Everybody wants to pose with their wings and their front line and this. All that is done in the afternoon. Like, they say, look, I'm done with this. Like, time to have fun. And that's when the real jamming starts. But you decided you wanted to drink all before.
This chicken's trying to say something about, I don't know how to pace myself, and
well, boy, I don't know what to tell you. Then forget everything I said. Just drink all. We'll tell you about it after. That's all I have to tell you.
This is my show. I do what I want. But yes, I'm in the gym to get my stamina up. I am trying to get my sleep now, since I know I won't get it then. And I am ready, and my mind is ready. I'm just trying to get my body there.
Yeah, it's a combination of both. Trust me, like, you know, because it is a long haul, and especially if you're doing Juve, if you're doing Carnival Thursday into Carnival Friday. Friday is full of events. Into Saturday, which is Brainwash, but alongside other signature events like Ambushes early in the morning, Suits is in the morning as well too. You know, you have to know, like, depending on your event schedule, you'll have to know how to schedule. Yeah, you will have to schedule the sleep. There's going to be one sleep that you're going to have to, that is going to be very important. You have to, and depending on the schedule, you'll know when it is.
I have to share my schedule with you offline, because I want to take in as much as possible, and I don't want to just be sleeping on the side of the road.
Yeah. Still want to do that.
One of the songs that you thought is you're saying is what your favorites, 2019 Gesture, Wine of the Century, a song that I don't think is getting enough love, at least not in New York.
It will eventually.
Yeah.
It has a New York bounce that.
Yeah.
So like eventually New York is gonna pick up on this on that song.
I can't take it. I love it too much. I don't know. To me, Destra is having the year of her life. I think the songs that Destra has put out so far have been like really good for her voice. And I don't know what happens in Trinidad every year with Destra. I don't know what goes on. I think she should be even bigger than she is right now, but
Destra, let's say this. Destra still is one of the biggest, if not, I don't want to say the biggest, but she is definitely one of the top Caribbean artists still. Like, even though she's not as big in Trinidad now as she was a couple of years ago, she's still undoubtedly in the Caribbean. Like, even when you look at Jamaica and a lot of the other islands, Destra's still the queen. You can't deny that. And she has a very extensive catalog of hits that are classics. Trinidad is very different. Like, to pierce through Trinidad in terms of soca could be difficult sometimes, even for an established artist, right? It's easier for others. So, for example, like a Marshall or a Kess and those things, they get immediate listens. But when you have even new artists or even some established artists, and you're trying to get your song out Wednesday, and there are 1,000 other releases, and I mean, I'm not saying that to be fickle. I'm really saying that there are 1,000 other songs that just come out in a matter of a month and a half. The DJs and radio stations, to sift through all that and trying to educate everybody. There are things that are going to get big. There are things that are going to fall through the cracks. It's just inevitable. Some things will get big now. Some songs will get big after Carnival. There's songs that were never big for the season and got big on the road. Big Bad Soca is an example of that. Big Bad Soca was not big in Trinidad before the Carnival happened. And then when Carnival happened, Big Bad Soca then took off after that. And that is a classic. The same with Haunted. If anyone who was here for the year with Haunted didn't get big until the people realized, yo, this song is wicked. And on the road, every DJ was playing Haunted, and it became huge. So I mean, we could listen to the songs now, and some people might, sidestep it, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to become a big song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's one of your big tunes for 2019. One of the ones you say are your big tunes. Sorry,
I'm telling you.
I keep giving you something.
I'm telling you this, right? And I say this with very confidently. Savannah Grass is the fastest rising Kes song since in Trinidad. Like, even bigger than Hello. Yeah.
I really like this song, and I just think it is the quintessential Kes sound. Like, sometimes they veer off their sound and it doesn't quite work. This is a Kes sound, like only Kes can sing.
And the thing is that you are hearing this out of context of Trinidad, but I am actually envisioning way down the line. I'm envisioning Carnival with that song. That song is going to be one of the top 5 anthems right now that I see it, the top 5 anthems, and you'll experience it when you come in. You're going to understand what I'm saying. It has a spirit in it that I haven't seen. Like, Hello was good, and of course it's one of his classics, but Savannah Grass literally took off, and like young and old like it. It's getting big, and even the pace of it is just made for chipping behind a truck. It's made for that, and it's a tribute to his father as well. So his father really loved it before he died. And so I think the good energy around it will also help it rise. Yeah.
I love it. And I love Cass, so.
Well, you know, Red Man Association, I hear you. I hear you.
All right, I'm gonna hit a couple of songs that I am feeling right now. You could chime in and let me know what you thinking about this. This is Olatunji on the bad end.
Bust up the place, girl. Walk up the waist, girl. Bust up the place, girl. Walk up the waist, girl. Bust up the place, girl. Walk up the waist, girl. Bust up the place, girl. Walk up the waist, girl. Oh, be alright. Oh, do alright. Oh, don't be shy. Because it's jamming time. And it's about that time. You give me the vibe. It's about that time. You give me the Why you way? Every journey take a day. I tell you, why you way? Every journey take a day.
There's something about bringing back big flags. I can see big flag waving to the bad rhythm for sure. That's just
Badang also, you know, the Kashavu also helped me. That's his rhythm. He co-produced that as well. So that's a wicked rhythm. Brace right now on the two, you know, and I'm not the two biggest on the rhythm in Trinidad right now would be the MX and the Marshall.
Yeah.
But the whole rhythm is playing, like especially on the radio. But the two go-to songs, like in terms of the rhythm right now, would be MX, Marshall, even Bungie as well too. They like the Badang. But that is wicked. I also like the Ricardo Drew as well too. You know, that's a solid rhythm. It actually is pretty good.
What I think is a sleeper, I don't know. I'm not hearing it as much as I want to hear. Ultimate Rejects Heat.
I love Heat. Heat is wicked actually as well too. That's actually my favorite song from them this season.
Wait,
Heat.
how come I can't hear you anymore?
I see the question is, what do I think about the cuss that Cohen used in False? Do you know the song False with Travis Will and Cohen?
Which one?
False.
What's happening? I can't hear you. I don't know what happened to the volume.
I don't know why. Do you know the song by Cohen and Travis Will?
Which one? I've heard so many songs.
Anyway, so I see the question. What do you think? It's in Soca status in the first.
Yes.
Right. So I see someone has asked the question if what do I think about the curse word and false. I don't think that it is a bad thing. There's no right or wrong answer in terms of music on what could and should not be done. If you realize, we talked about ducking, and ducking had a cuss word in it, but it was edited as well too. It's not the first time. So there's a radio edit, and so play the radio edit. That's the best way to describe it. But I would also say that cursing and soca, I don't think go hand in hand. Like especially an MC who would want to go and curse on stage over and over with soca music, the energies of the two things are totally mismatched. So if you do it skillfully, because music and lyrics can be done in a certain way, even with an MC, if you're delivering a speech and you have to use a curse word, but you use it in a way that the delivery it actually helped the delivery. Not to say you should use it as a crutch. I don't think there's a wrong way to really deliver anything.
I don't know. I always thought that a good difference between soca and dancehall was the innuendo, was saying things without saying things. You don't have to be so explicit. and you could still get away with it. I mean, soca is all about, could be all about sex and rum.
It could
right?
be.
And you would never want to listen to these songs next to your parents, your child, your grandparents. But the cleverness that people take to make these lyrics really palatable,
if you
and you
look,
can
if
listen
you
to
look
it
at,
on any stage, I think that's what makes it better than dancehall, in my opinion.
now that I think about it, when you think back to Crazy, if anyone knows Crazy's catalog,
Mm-hmm.
Crazy had a lot of music that actually had cursing, but not.
Right.
He used wordplay,
Yeah.
and so that's what I'm saying. Is like this. I can't say that he was wrong for it because he did it as a calypsonian singing, soca, and he did it, and it was very clever. But to say that a soca should even funky business. Funky
Right.
business is a prime example of a craftful way, but the crowd never sings funky business.
Right.
Like they never do. So I mean, as I said, music is expression, and you have, if Cohen decided that he was going to express it in that way, then, he decided that artistically that is how he wanted to deliver it. It's up to the people to decide if they like it or not.
Gotcha.
There you go.
I wasn't ready. If you weren't ready for that, I'm so sorry. That's
Nah,
Curtis
as
Travis
I said,
World, My Fault. And that's literally the name of the song, people. My
yeah,
Fault.
big
But
tune anyway though.
it's a really good tune. I personally don't think I needed that shocker in the beginning. Like, the song is just a good current song. I didn't see the place for it. But I'm not an artist, so if he wants to express himself that way, I do not fault him. And like you said,
Mhm.
there's always a radio edited version.
Yeah, there's a radio edited version, there's a radio edited version of Dr. Mashup, there's a radio edited version of Motto's song. There's it exists.
Mm-hmm.
Have you listened to, right? So if you're gonna make the case for cursing in songs, then you need to know what the Lucian songs are saying.
Oh yeah. Listen.
Because for all those who don't know what those Lucian songs are really saying or what they're talking about, well, yeah, you should
Listen,
ask
I
someone
asked my
to
Lucian friends, do I
translate some
want to be
Creole.
singing this loud?
Right. So, as I'm saying, there's no right and wrong way, and you can't tell Lucia that they shouldn't sing that in their music,
Yeah. And honestly, forget about cursing. I am much more concerned about getting homophobic lyrics out of soca and, getting racist lyrics out of soca. I'm much more worried about the homophobic lyrics than anything else, because that more than anything stops me in my tracks. I can't take it. I cannot take it.
Which means that you never liked Wansky's song.
Listen, he made it over?
Really?
He made it over. Like,
well, no, he did. But DJ still
many
played
years later.
But I mean,
like, listen, there's a lot of jab tunes that I can't fully like listen to, because it just hurts my heart, because all I'm thinking is, damn, if I were gay, I'm sitting here sad in the middle of the party where everybody's having fun because you're trying to burn me down. Literally. You trying to kill me down. You telling me you don't want me in your party. And I'm
Yeah, but
supposed
in
to be
general,
singing
but
this out loud?
that's the rare occasion. I don't think the energy of soca has that in it. I would say that more exists in dancehall. Yes, well, yeah, obviously everyone knows a dancehall, has a large catalog of that. But I don't think that's the energy in the spirit of soca. Is It's not like that. As you said, we could sing about rum and girls all day. But there's more now. Like, that's what I like. Is like from rum to girls to uplifting songs when you have a voice to experiences, which is right for somebody, to just nonsense, to water songs, to like there's a lot, there's a lot of different things that people could literally sing about anything in soca. It just takes creative writers and people delivering in a certain way. So I think holistically, the spirit of soca is just happy.
It really is. It really is. I call it the stress reliever, the music that brings joy to a lot of people's hearts. And you yourself are bringing that joy to a lot of people on a daily basis, because those mixes get us through work, man.
I just like recently really took stock of the fact that I've been doing these mixes since 2007 or 6 or 7. So like it's been like literally over a decade of providing mixes throughout the year. And it's been to the point where I forgot even some of them that I did. Like, I was like, wow, I made this when I was in my dorm room. I listened to some. I listened back to some of them. I listened to even some of the music. I was like, yo, like nobody plays all this anymore. It's good to like reflect on it too, because living in an era, playing that era, and then you just keep moving. But yeah, it's been good, and that's why I keep doing it. I actually enjoy doing it because I know that people, like when people were on my case for not making soca start, I was feeling it too, because I was like, I know people really wanted to, they were really, really passionate about wanting to hear the soca and wanting to enjoy themselves and stuff. So, that's what keeps me going at it too, You could hate it, you could love it, but the point is I did it with a good spirit, That's the most important thing.
Okay. DJ Pounderass is asking, who's your favorite writer or writers?
Again, I see somebody say this on my screen. The screen cracked. It dropped today, so that's the crack in front of my camera. Yeah, new phone time. Who are my favorite writers? Cohen is one of them. And that is the reason why I went to Cohen with the project, because Cohen is very creative in terms of the concepts he brings. Cohen could come back to you with a song with 5 songs in one song, which is, if you listen to him, he has a lot of hooks, a lot of different ways that he delivers. Voice for his way of being able to constantly come with his positive energies, like in a realm where he's surrounded by everything else in terms of like rum and whining and stuff. Full Blown Entertainment is pretty good. Jovan is good. Pops is, there's so many good writers right now. Like they have people who are delivering solid. Pretty is an excellent writer too. Second Star, if you listen to King Bubba's main catalog, people don't know that Second Star wrote all that. People don't realize he wrote Calling in Sick and all those things. That's all Second. So like there's so many people behind the scenes that I think need to be highlighted, or be given a forum to let people know that, oh wait, how could I forget Skinny Fabulous? Like if you listen to Dr. Mashup, Skinny wrote that. You listen to Happiest Man Alive, Skinny wrote that. You listen to Family, Skinny wrote that. Like Skinny is an excellent performer and also phenomenal writers. There's so many people in this industry. Kit as well too. He's also pretty good. And that's just the Trinidad realm. Like, like the other writers, of course, up there. They have James E.P., who's also contributed a lot to the soca industry as well, too, behind the scenes. So yeah, like people just have to know. Wow, another one. Vinci again. Problem Child. Problem Child is another good one as well, too. Problem Child is actually responsible for Patrice having some of her biggest hits, Shal having his biggest hits, Splinters, all those things. It's Problem Child, and they have a synergy in terms of how they work. So you know, the Caribbean is full of some really talented soca writers. You know, yeah. So I don't have a favorite. You know, to isolate it to one would be unfair to the others because you know holistically they contribute to us having fun throughout the year. You know, yeah.
Awesome. Is there anything you want us to be on the lookout for? People already want to know where to get the Road Skank rhythm. Is it on iTunes already?
Okay, so Road Skank is going to be on all platforms by the end of the week. So it should be on Spotify, iTunes. The DJs should have gotten the blast already. If not, well, I guess send me a message. Let's see if I can send it to you. In terms of the other project that I'm working on, I'm hoping, I see today's Tuesday, I'm hoping by the end of this week, but probably by next week, we would see if we'll get that project out. That's also very different. It will be like how the Road Skank is dedicated to the road. This one is going to be also very road friendly, but just in a different vein with the artists that are on it and stuff. And it's going to be don't worry, it'll be very road heavy as well, but just in a different style. Anything else? Give me your top 5 questions that you want to ask me and your fans. So anything private,
well,
right?
Psycho has already asked 3 times who is your favorite producer, so we must ask that.
Favorite producer, that also in the same realm of writer. It is no way I could isolate my favorite producer, but yeah, it's a lot to mention. And it's for different reasons. Casey, for his clarity, right? Casey has very clean production. So when you listen to Casey stuff, you get, you know, clean. He's very technical. Same with Kit as well. So Kit is very clean, which is why you hear the tinplate and the can, they're very clean and punchy. Keshav for his bass lines, like, you know, when he does Big Bad Soca and he did Junction for Marshall years ago, and even the work on the Road Skank and everything too, like you get that punch with Keshav. You get who else? I'm going on the line. You have Friction, who does work with Problem and Shal, and they've been able to deliver. You have Peter Coppin from Barbados, who gives you that bashment, you know, like, you know, there's so many, like, you know, I've listened to producers for years and how they put together stuff, and you know, it's amazing what they've been able to do and how they've been able to manipulate. You think of Barbados again, Red Boys with their live instrumentation. That's why Nappy has his sound. They are behind the live sound of like even Farmer Nappy this year. Yeah, it is, you know, it's never ending. But, you know, I'm glad that I'm able to talk about it because, you know, now people may even pay attention to, you know, who's making these songs and who are the producers that have a certain bounce to them, you know?
Oh my gosh, these questions are coming so fast.
Oh boy.
What do you do when you're not being Private Ryan, you're not touring?
Working, you know, the thing is that, as we were talking about earlier, is like there's so many things that I'm involved in now that, like, even in my downtime, I mean, I still try to have balance, but, you know, to just have space and then be able to come up with things. So, like, in my free time, what I would do is, like, you know, sometimes I just get ideas, and so, like, all the themes that, like for example, Brainwash the 70s came out from me just sitting down in a space, just trying to think of, you know, what do I want to do, you know, like, you know, and this was when when I had Heaven, I was thinking about what I was going to do after Heaven. Then after Wonderland, I was thinking about what I'm going to do. And I wanted to have a storyboard in terms of how, you know, visually I'm going to keep changing it, you know. And so, like, you know, in these times is when I'm most creative, you know. But at the same time, when I'm not touring, I actually enjoy being home, just enjoy being with family, enjoy just, you know, doing simple things, you know, just going out, lying with your friends, you know, take a drink, go and see a movie, you know, I've started running and stuff again too. So, like, you know, I'm sizing down now in 2019, you know, being fit. Yeah, so it you know, it's those things are what I do when I'm not touring, and when I'm not touring is only one time of the year, which is in Carnival, Trinidad because I travel for the entire year. You know, now is the time when I focus on Trinidad, but I also get to be in Trinidad at home. You know.
Okay. They don't want you to sit home and relax. They want to know when you're coming to London, Guyana, St.
all
Vincent.
all throughout the year, all throughout the year. All of them I'll be there at some point. Everyone has put in their bookings already, so I'll be in St. Vincent this
Sorry.
year.
Let me be clear. They don't want you to just show up. They want you to bring the Soca Brainwash experience.
Yeah, I figured as much. So Gabrinos can't go every year in 1 year. But this year we should be adding one more new territory, which I haven't announced yet. So stay tuned for that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
what fets do you love to go to?
In Trinidad Carnival or just in general?
In general, like around the world, because you've been everywhere. Someone's asking about mistletoe in Antigua.
Mistletoe in Antigua, and then mistletoe. That was I was there in December. It was good. It was actually the first time that I've been there. Usually I go to Antigua for blue jeans, which I would say is one of my favorites. So if I had to say that, so big up to Antigua and blue jeans. In Trinidad, I just have a melting pot. There's like so many events, like it's a blur right now. I like St. Lucia. My friend Zenaida, who's DJ Steven's wife, she does a party called Brazen, which is a really good event. There is let me see, boy.
We want to see your face. I'm only seeing half of your face.
Yeah, sorry. I'm there thinking about these events in my hand turn away. Wow. You know, I don't have a favorite event. I've just realized this. And it's because I've done so many good ones that I can't say I have a favorite. But the problem is that a lot of the good ones I'm actually playing, so I'm not really a patron. So it's hard for me to kind of like disconnect fully because I'm still in work mode, you know? Okay. And that's the thing, like when you're in work mode, you don't really fully get to enjoy an event. You're still consciously thinking about what you need to go on stage and do and stuff.
I haven't seen everybody who's joined in on this one or the first part, but I see Big Bad Soca Artist Statement, big up yourself. I saw Asian Radio Killer earlier, big up yourself on this check-in. This chick wants to know, what should we hit up? Which event should we hit up when we get to Trinidad?
So I'll make it easy for everybody because it means, you know, I might sound biased because I'm playing in most of these things, but if you come in from Monday, then if you want to go and see a massive production in terms of a show with a lot of artists, you should check out Marshall Monday. On Tuesday, a good cool effect would be Veil Vibe. Veil Vibe is at a very scenic venue, so if you go, especially before the sunset, it's very nice. Pond de Grass in Sinclair, which is in the radius. So Veil is a little drive away. Pond de Grass is pretty good. It has a lot, especially a lot of people from Europe and the UK and stuff. They go to that event, so that's pretty good. On Wednesday, arrivals for Trini Jungle Juice. They also have Punchy Punch. If you're into super premium vibe, there's Hyatt Lime. If you're into boat rides, there's Scotch DDI, which is it happens during the day on the Harbor Master, which is pretty good as well too. On Tuesday there's also Tailgate. Sorry, I have to mention Tailgate as well. Where that it's their first year, but it's going to be huge. On Thursday,
okay.
Yeah, no, it will. They have a really big following. They did it in Jamaica, it got big. They did it in Trinidad, and they have a really good following outside of Carnival. So like going into Carnival, they would have their thing. So as I said, Wednesday is Punchy Punch, Trini Jungle Juice, Scotch GDI. Thursday, Soca Starter in the morning. So at 5 in the morning, straight till midday, we're doing and it's gonna be on the avenue itself. So it's gonna be in the heart of everything. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's breakfast inclusive. And so come out and have all the good DJs coming out there too. This year I am playing in a party called Farmhouse, which is a cooler fete. It's in the evening. It starts at around, I think it starts around 3 or 4 o'clock and goes till like about 10. And then Thursday night, Tribe Ignite is actually a pretty good event. And if you want to see both Marshall and Kess, so if you missed Marshall Monday, you would want to go to that, because then you're going to see Marshall and Kess perform, not on track, but with their band. Nice. And it's drinks inclusive. So it actually is pretty good. On Carnival Friday, I would say that you should check. You have 2 options for the morning that I would recommend. One being Sunrise, Sun Nation Breakfast Party. So that's the, they're the Jamaican led. So anyone who knows PP, Bellamy, and that crew, they actually have one of the premier breakfast parties. So Sun Nation will be pretty good. I think this year they were pretty good last year for their first year. Back to Basics has Silent Morning. So if you want a nice boat ride on Friday morning, Back to Basics and the crew have Silent Morning. Friday evening has Duckwork, which a lot of people like to attend. Actually, Friday is hard to even go through, because the reality of it is that even though I'm playing in a lot of these events, there are the events that are pretty good. But it's just so many of them that I can't even but I'm just narrowing it down.
Crazy.
Yeah, Friday's crazy. So like Friday has so many events, but I could tell you, for a lot of people, somebody go to events. Duckwork is good. I see they've launched a new party called Pandemonium, so I can't tell you how that is going to be. I know they've promised, that it's going to be like a kind of like what Grenada Monday Night Mass is. So like like the light of the night with the glow sticks and those things. So there's that.
Party.
Right, exactly. So like they're looking to do something new. Friday, what else is on Friday? There's so many. I'll have to look at that list and see.
Fantastic Friday.
Well, yes. Oh, yes, there'll be Soca Monarch too. So if you want to see the artists compete, there's also Soca Monarch. So Fiona is now at the head of that. So we'll see how she does, in terms of putting together that production.
And she said she is focusing on power.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll see, because there's a big debate about that right now too. Farmanap, he's not too happy about that. He came out and he said that, he thinks the prize money should be equal at least, because Groovy is powerful. On Friday night, if you want to see Marshall Montano, they have Revel Nation, which is also pretty huge. There is Blue Range Cooler Fete as well too. I no longer play there, and it's not because, and I still live there, but it's because it's the night before Brainwash and I get very busy setup wise. So I actually don't play on count. So all these parties I'm calling out, I'm actually not DJing on them on Friday at all, but I'm just recommending them. Right. Saturday, the first party that I will call obviously is Soca Brainwash. But honorable mention goes to Suits and Ambush. Sesame, they have a staple, their staple event. So get ready for Soca Brainwash. And again, I will tell you to pace yourself, because Soca Brainwash starts at 11 and it goes till the evening. So come and eat and pace yourself with the drinks and those things, because I've seen some people tap out by 3. Right. Sunday there are also a lot of events, so like it's hard to pinpoint anything that someone needs to go to in particular. It all depends on your taste. So there are a lot of breakfast parties. I DJ for Vale, so Vale is pretty good. But there is Sunny Side Up. There are other events that you could go as alternatives that are also notable breakfast parties. So I will say that it's just to choose the right one. If you're into getting wild with water and all those things, there's Soca. There's also a new party that Scorch is involved with as well too, called Rise and Wine. In the afternoon, they have Candy Coated. Candy Coated has a big following as well too. Yeah. So Candy Coated, I think this one will be sold out as well too. So there's Candy Coated. There's a new event called Big Fat Chill. So those guys in Miami who do Big Fat Fish and the Jamaicans who do Chill, they come together to throw a new event in Trinidad in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I'll also be at an event in Mocha on Sunday evening, which is where that myself and Marshall are going to be.
Nice.
Yeah, you see how call it. See why I'm telling you, you have to pace yourself. You see how many there is okay, so let me get to Juve now. So I'm with Dirty Dozen Juve, but there are a lot of good Juve bands as well. So there oh god, I don't want to start calling me because I might forget something, but I'll be with Dirty Dozen, but there are a lot of Juve bands. The best thing I could tell you, wherever your friends are going, go with them. You know, Juve and friends Juve and Carnival in general, you know, is really great when you have your friends around. So through thick and thin, good and bad, you all are together. So I would recommend that piece of advice, right? Monday and Tuesday, for me, Tribe and Bliss. So I'm not sure yet, but I should be in Bliss on Monday, Tribe on Tuesday for the entire day.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, that's Carnival in a nutshell. A lot of people leave Wednesday, Tuesday, but I have post carnival relief on the Thursday after. So like, if you're looking for a really good, it's also food inclusive. We also dedicate, you know, part proceeds to charity and all those things. So like, we do post carnival relief at the Shaka Cabana Beach Resort. It's actually like, for the people who've come, they could tell you like it starts off like this relaxation vibe, and then it just turns into this all-out party, and it's you know, a lot of really good DJs. Myself, you know, Rigo, Ryan Saeed, you know, Dream Team from Miami, Jeff Jam from Toronto. It's a whole, and then that one also kind of deviates a bit. So it's 85 to 90% soca, but because now it's after Carnival, we play a little dance hall and mix it up and stuff. So it becomes a really good party to like just end off.
Yeah.
And and that's Carnival in a nutshell. I mean, there is the other parties like this. Tribe Last Jam the following Saturday. There's Tobago if you want to go to Tobago. There's a lot, you know.
It's a lot.
Yeah, you see, so I just spent all that time. You see, so there's a lot. You just need to know how to pace yourself, and you'll be all right. I have faith in you. You got this. You got this.
I'm glad you have faith in me. I'm really glad.
Yeah,
I know how to mash up one good fet really well. I don't know if I really have that stamina for that many fets.
So
and anyway, I don't really think I have to worry about it because I don't have tickets to all those things. So
yeah, so imagine me, and that's you know, with few exceptions, that's actually my schedule, you know, and that's also within me having to do brainwash on Carnival Saturday. So yeah, I pace myself as well too. You know, drink water, take power naps, and go through. You know.
Wow. Well, good on you. And take a pause for the cause. It's Tune Tuesday, everyone. If you have no clue how you ended up here, you're following SocaSaySo, you're following DJ Private Ryan. It is Tune Tuesday. Always my favorite day of the week because I get to play and listen to amazing soca music. And today was even more fun because DJ Private Ryan was here to talk about his career, what's going on right now, what's going on in the future, what he has planned for your enjoyment, the bigger and better things he has planned for soca around the world. The requests are still coming in about when Soca Brainwash is going to come to different countries. Canada, Grenada were the latest ones. Several artists were on the check-in. I didn't get to shout out everyone. Lots and lots of DJs on here. So we can see that even though, as my blog said, many people love to hate Private Ryan, there are way more people that love Private Ryan and what you do for soca music. This show, like every other show, is brought to you by shopbbnyc.com. Go on shopbbnyc.com, put in your promo code SocaSaySo when you put everything in your cart, and thank me later. Coming up for SocaSaySo will be, if you haven't looked at it yet, go to SocaSaySo YouTube page. there's a lot of information on there. There's lots of interviews. There are FET recaps. There are just straight up blogs on there and playlists from past Tune Tuesday. So all the songs that you heard today will be on the SocaSaySo YouTube channel in the playlist for today's show. Coming up for SocaSaySo, of course, going to Trinidad Carnival for the very first time. Oh my gosh. And I'm staying in the gym. I'm now learning how to eat right, even though I have 1 month left. I'm trying to get myself together.
Never
I'm trying
too
to get
late.
these outfits together because
Never too late. Never
I
too
want to
late.
be
Never
cute
too
and fly
late.
like everybody else.
It's never too late to start, you know.
Good. Good. Outfits getting together. If you guys want to see specific events, want to see specific artists, DM SocaSaySo, let me know what you want to see. So I bring you everything you want to see in Trinidad Carnival. Tell us where they can find all of your mixes, find out about your events.
So you can find, well, you know, obviously follow me on DJ Private Ryan at Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, everything DJ Private Ryan. Soca Brainwash. You can also find information on Soca Brainwash, but I also have the frame I Am Soca Brainwashed, which we're actually working on a relaunch for, which is going to be a very interactive page going forward. So yeah, so you know, you have, you know, new website, new everything coming, all the galleries that people didn't see. You know, there are a lot of galleries people didn't see from all the brainwashers as well too. Right, so a lot of different things happening. Yeah, that's how to find me. Apart from that, I'll be hopefully in your country or your territory soon. You know, come say hello.
We love it. Thank you so much for taking time. I said maybe about an hour ago that we were going to be for 5 more minutes.
Nah, you know, nah, it's good. It's good to connect with you people and stuff. It's a lot of fun.
You grace us with your presence. I appreciate it. I want to hit the last tune is still my favorite, Pretty Private Ryan on the Road Skank. Thank you so much for joining the show. Thanks everybody for joining in. Make sure you tell your friends that this will be up live for the next 24 hours. And it will be on the SocaSaySo website. Check it out.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you, Ryan.
No problem. See you later.
Thank you for all of the missions. They got this now.